Baby, dime la verdad. Baby, dime la verdad. Dime means tell me. Dime is an imperative conjugation and comes from decir, which means to tell. It is a way to ask someone to share information or give you an opinion. For example, dime qué te parece el show, and la verdad means the truth. So altogether, by saying, baby, dime la verdad, Bad Bunny is asking this girl to tell him what is really happening.
Si te olvidaste de mí.
Si te olvidaste de mí. Si te olvidaste de mí. Si means if. It is important to note that si can also mean yes in Spanish. The difference between si meaning if and si meaning yes is usually clear from the context. For example, when someone says, si no te gusta, no lo uses, they are using si as if. Te is a pronoun that means you. Olvidaste, which means forget, is the past tense of olvidar, to forget. By saying, dime la verdad, si te olvidaste de mí, Bad Bunny asks her to tell him if the truth is that she forgot about him.
Yo sé que fue una noche nada más.
Yo sé que fue una noche nada más. Yo sé que fue una noche nada más. Nada más is an informal way of saying nada más, meaning literally nothing more or nothing else. It can also be translated as only. If you saw our recent video on Shakira and Karol G's song TQG, you know that in urban music, it is quite common to alter the pronunciation of words like nada to give them a more relaxed vibe. The same thing happens with the word ma, which is actually a short version of the word más, meaning more. Nada más can mean just or only, like in this case, where Bad Bunny is specifying that it was just one night or only one night.
Que no se vuelva a repetir.
Que no se vuelve a repetir. Que no se vuelve a repetir. Que means that, and this word lets us know that this line is connected to the previous one. No means not. In Spanish, double negatives are common and emphasize the negative meaning, like no and nada in the previous sentence. Another example of a double negative would be, esta comida no me gusta nada. Se means itself. It is an impersonal pronoun that you can use to point out to the event that is being discussed. In the case of this song, the night they spent together. Vuelve comes from the verb volver, meaning to return or to happen again. Se vuelve a repetir means it's repeated again. In Spanish, we often use volver paired with a, meaning to, plus an infinitive verb to express the idea of an action happening again, like volver a hacer, to do again. Another example could be, el torneo se vuelve a repetir cada año.
Tal vez en ti quise encontrar.
Tal vez en ti quise encontrar. Tal vez en ti quise encontrar. Tal vez is the shortened version of the expression tal vez, which means maybe or perhaps. If you have seen our video on Bad Bunny's hit Ojitos Lindos, you will know that it is common to drop the last letter from some words, when speaking colloquially, of course. The expression tal vez is used to express uncertainty or the possibility of something happening. It is usually paired with a subjunctive verb like quise in this case. Another example could be, tal vez vaya al cine esta noche.
Lo que en otra perdí.
Lo que en otra perdí. Lo que en otra perdí. Lo means it. It is a pronoun that refers to something previously mentioned. In the case of this song, it refers to what Bad Bunny said he may be looking for. Otra means another, and when talking about relationships, otro or otra usually refers to another person involved, someone else. Perdí means I lost. So, lo que en otra perdí means what I lost in someone else.
Tu orgullo no me quiere hablar.
Tu orgullo no me quiere hablar. Tu orgullo no me quiere hablar. Tu orgullo no me quiere hablar literally translates to, your pride doesn't want to talk to me. This is of course a non-literal expression, referring to her pride preventing her from talking to him. The word quiere means in this context, want, but it can mean different things in other cases, like in this example.
Ella me quiere como no me quiero yo.
If we click on the word quiere, we can see that in this specific context, it means love. And if you're still not too sure how to use it, you can scroll down to watch more video examples. If you're wondering what this platform is, it's FluentU, an app for learning Spanish with real-world videos, including movie scenes, clips from TV shows, TED Talks, music videos, and much, much more. FluentU has thousands of videos, and they all include interactive subtitles written by language experts. You always see the correct definitions for words and expressions in that specific context, along with video examples of native speakers using the vocab. FluentU also creates personalized quizzes and speaking questions to make sure you remember everything you learn and keep improving, even your pronunciation. You can sign up for a 2-week free trial using the link in the description below. Plus, FluentU is currently having a sale. It's the perfect time to check it out.
Entonces vamos a competir. A ver.
Entonces vamos a competir. A ver. Entonces vamos a competir. A ver. Entonces is a colloquial contraction of entonces, which means so or then. Entonces is often used to connect ideas or actions. Vamos a or vamos a in this context means let's, as in let's do something. Competir means to compete. A ver means let's see or let's find out. You can use this expression when someone wants to show you something and you agree. For example, a ver, muéstrame tu vestido. When a ver is used in a negative discussion, it kind of reinforces irony. So, in summary, the line entonces vamos a competir a ver A ironically refers to not talking to each other because of what's said in the previous line.
No me gusta perder.
No me gusta perder. No me gusta perder. No me gusta means I don't like, and perder means to lose. In Spanish, expressing dislikes can be as simple as adding no before me gusta. So if you don't like something, just say no me gusta, followed by the verb or noun. For example, no me gusta aprender de forma aburrida. I don't like learning boredly. And if that's the case, we got you. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to keep learning Spanish in a fun way and to never miss out any of our videos, like our upcoming one of Selena Gomez, Baila Conmigo.
Dime qué vamos a hacer.
Dime qué vamos a hacer. Dime qué vamos a hacer. Vamos, like we saw before, is a contraction of the word vamos, meaning we are going. In this case, vamos is actually used to refer to the future tense of the verb ir, which means to go. Altogether, dime qué vamos a hacer is Bad Bunny's way to ask this girl what they are going to do and how they are going to work things out.
Me paso mirando el cel.
Me paso mirando el cel. Me paso mirando el cel. Here, me paso means I spend my time. This is a very common expression that you could use to indicate things that you spend a lot of time doing, like me paso estudiando español. Mirando is a form of the verb mirar, which means to look, and el cel is a shortened version of el celular, meaning the cell phone. By saying me paso mirando el cel, Bad Bunny says that he spends a lot of time checking on his phone, probably to see if he has gotten any text from her.
Wow, no puede ser.
Wow, no puede ser. Wow, no puede ser. Wow, no puede ser is an expression of surprise and disbelief in Spanish, similar to saying, wow, I can't believe it, or wow, no way. No puede ser literally means it cannot be. This phrase is often used to express disbelief or surprise about a situation. For example, no puede ser. Cancelaron mi programa favorito. Keep in mind that puede comes from the verb poder, which means to be able or can, and ser means to be. Therefore, by saying, wow, no puede ser, Bad Bunny is showing how surprised he is.
Aunque me tarde un poco, juro que voy a responder.
Aunque me tarde un poco, juro que voy a responder. Aunque me tarde un poco, juro que voy a responder. Aunque means even if. You can use aunque to express a contrast between two ideas, such as aunque llueva, voy a salir. In this case, tarde means take time. It comes from the word tardar, which means to take time or to be late. Tardar is normally used when talking about being late or needing more time than usual to do something. You might hear someone say, llamo a contarte que me voy a tardar. Overall, with aunque me tarde un poco, juro que voy a responder, Bad Bunny is showing his determination to reply or act, even if it takes some time.
Quisiera volverte a ver.
Quisiera volverte a ver. Quisiera volverte a ver. Quisiera means I would like. Quisiera is the subjunctive of the verb querer, which means to want or wish for something. You can use quisiera to express requests or desires. For example, quisiera comer helado de chocolate. And volverte a ver means to see you again. Quisiera volverte a ver expresses Bad Bunny's longing to reunite with her.
No sé qué estamos esperando.
No sé qué estamos esperando. No sé qué estamos esperando. No sé qué means I don't know what. Estamos or estamos comes from the verb estar, meaning to be. Esperando means waiting, and it comes from the verb esperar, which means to wait. Therefore, no sé qué estamos esperando means I don't know what we're waiting for, and is Bad Bunny's way to express his impatience. And if you're feeling impatient to start practicing the vocab we are learning, we've made you a free PDF with everything, and you can get it by clicking on the link in the description below.
El orgullo no está ganando. Ay.
El orgullo nos está ganando. Ey, el orgullo nos está ganando. Ey, orgullo means pride. Nos is a reflexive pronoun that means us in this context, indicating that the action or condition affects the speaker and others. Está means is. Ganando is the present participle form of the verb ganar, which means to win or to gain. So altogether, el orgullo nos está ganando means the pride is winning us. We know Bad Bunny is the king of romance, but Shakira is, hands down, the queen of flirting. Let's dive into her hit song Chantaje with Maluma while we keep learning some Spanish slang and urban expressions.